When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Welcome. Thank you for getting your pod on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Very excited because I have some news tonight.
All right.
And two of the guys who started the podcast 2 years ago and are still hanging around. I don't know why, but they do, and I love it.
We love you too, bro.
I've got.
And I love you, Kevin.
Yeah, do you? Kevin. Kevin. I'm waiting. Kevin came in here, and I did the wrong thing. And I've been doing the wrong thing in the past couple of days.
Well, you had Doug Phelps on?
No, you had a finger up my asshole.
Oh.
Why do you got to do all that to me?
Well, no, like it could, it could be a prostate exam.
So
Doug?
No, what I said was
Checking my intelligence.
I was like,
Doug.
hey, I didn't think you're. What are you doing here? Was kind of my the vibe.
What the F?
Which was wrong, but I thought Kevin said he couldn't come today, and whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but so I just thought it was you and I. I didn't care.
You listen like my children.
No, I don't, because I wish.
Yeah, they listen better,
dude. I wish I had fucking videotape. But anyway, it really doesn't matter in the end. Here's why I felt bad. I had called Danny because Danny always called me once in a while when it's like he and I, or he's on the way. Would you like a coffee? So I said, would you like a coffee? And then I would have called you and said, you want something from Starbucks? But I didn't. I
don't drink that corporate bullshit.
Yeah, well,
I drink my own coffee.
I don't blame you.
I also don't drink regular grade coffee this late at night.
That's another.
Either it'll be a long ride back to Greece, or I'll be a long ride up all night.
Yeah. Around midnight, I'll turn into the Ultimate Warrior.
Well, Danny texted me then and goes, "Can you get me a decaf?" And I didn't see it, so he's gonna be wired.
You got a lot of thoughts, Billy.
Oh, it's all right.
God. Beth of R.I.P. Beth.
Will you guys do me a favor right now? Will you take your phones out and will you go to
911
BillMoranProductions.com? BillMoranProductions.com.
Turn this game off. All right.
Well, if you have the game on, I apologize. We can put
although my last search engine was fuck sauce.
You did not.
Oh, we got a website.
Yes, I spent today doing Jameson's out of town, and I have different things. Yeah, let me go to
Dad, I need you to wire me $500.
So,
because I'm a douche.
I already got the.
I'm joking.
That's nice, Danny. So the
Enlightenment
site under construction.
That's
404.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You made me fucking stop. You're such an asshole. Such an asshole. No, so finally,
are your cookies good? Should I agree to these cookies?
I would assume, but I don't know.
What's on your mind?
So, yes. So I got to set the email up, but we can all get email at BillMoranProductions.com. And I want to do a gallery. I'd like to get.
Hi, I'm Bill Moran, host of Bill Morified and Bill Moran Productions.
Okay. All right.
I'm crunching my chin like I'm a douche.
I didn't mean to. She took a picture and I was just.
It's a thinking pose.
Yes.
Thoughts.
Well,
my eyes will bring you in.
So I have to.
No, it's a nice website.
All right. So there's that. Then you go to Billified. You can get a couple of the episodes. You can see them there. Click through and listen. There's going to be video. What are you looking at? The Band-Aid on my hand?
Yeah, it's got like a paw print on it. So I was like wondering, like,
no,
it's called blood, Dan.
I had to go.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
he's immortal, unlike you.
I had to go to dermatologist, and I said this one is getting raised and itchy, and she said we need to take a biopsy. So that's why. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
It's standard.
Do you want me to get you on the prayer list search?
No, I'm fine.
I could get you for several things.
Yeah,
we have categories now.
Hope your website works. Thanks, Jesus.
God. Okay, can we get back to the website for a second? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, let's go back to the website.
Jesus, pray for Bill's website.
This is like, okay.
I like this because you got the number at the top.
Yes.
You got the three legs.
All right. So take a look at it because it is a work in progress and I will be doing more things to it. I'd like to add a page. I'd like to get headshots of you guys. I didn't bring in
Can I
my
get one from
good
20
camera
years ago?
tonight. if you want to, but we got to start.
I don't feel like
What?
I'm crazy, but the number I thought the number was 208, but it's 206, right?
It's 206 88
All
66.
right. I, for some reason, thought it was 208. I don't know
Well,
why.
you're gonna make
No,
me
it's
question
206.
myself
I'm-
because
no,
I don't fucking
I'm
know.
thinking in my head. I can't remember.
That's okay. It's okay. I'm saying
it just did.
Want
It,
to call
didn't,
Vinny Getz and find out if that's the number?
it just didn't look right.
Yeah. So you can go to the website. You'll be able to see all the stuff that we're doing there, the different things. And here's something kind of cool. We host our podcast, and it goes out on all the platforms.
Mhm.
And I got contacted like, hey, we're doing a thing where I guess it's like their Prime. I don't know what it is. We put our podcast up on Spreaker. People ask all the time, if you're doing a podcast, I would suggest start there, and they'll put you on all the platforms. You have to pay, but it's not that bad. And there's opportunities to even make money from ads that they run. They are owned by iHeart. But they put you out on Apple and Spotify and Google. Everywhere you can put a podcast, they put it out there. So it's kind of one stop. You're not loading it to all these
Right.
places.
The RSS feed goes out to everybody.
You got it. So I talked to someone. I get an email about, hey, you should look into this. So I look, and it says you got to apply. And they're putting us on their Prime thing now.
Oh,
We no longer pay to use Spreaker. They
pay you.
basically,
Nice.
and they'll
Oh,
start
we charge for dick jokes now.
start ads coming in. And
I got to call
things.
Peter.
And I don't know whether to say this or not. I was telling Kevin, but we may start doing the long form version of the podcast, which it runs about 90 minutes, right?
Mhm.
And then
And then the night Danny's on gets into it. We do a condensed form that takes Danny
a
out.
condensed version that'll run about 20 minutes. That'll give you some of the highlights of that.
Vilified, filtered.
We take 70 minutes of Danny's bullshit out and leave 6 dick jokes and a fart joke.
Dan's Decaf podcast.
So
No Danny.
yeah, we'll have the we'll start doing that as well. So that way, you know, people who don't have a lot of time, you want to catch up, hear a couple of funny things, see what's going on from our takes and different interviews that we do and stuff. We'll start putting out a condensed version.
Cool.
So that'll be
Praise the Lord.
yeah, just a lot of
Moving
cool,
along,
a
man.
lot of cool things that should have happened like 2 years ago
It's all
when
right.
I started, but I didn't. It was funny because I put up like a best of sort of together or a whatever, just a
First 100 days.
yeah, the first 100.
Like Trump's first 100 days. It's going to be the best 100 days. My second 100 days better than my first 100 days.
So I did, and then some of the video that went along with it. Kevin sent me the guy goes, God, we didn't know what we were doing. Like we're shooting.
We
from
shot
far
this
away.
like the worst fucking possible.
and I was
We had
told
a fucking camera from the town hall. It's one of our shots.
I was told that.
Security
And
cam
one,
footage.
like Billy's in crosshairs.
I had people like yelling at me about it. There was one guy in town who was like, told me that I hate podcasts like yours.
I got a story about him.
And all right, well, I don't need to shit
all
on the guy because it was. I will tell you this. Here's
You're not gonna shit on. Dan's gonna.
yeah, but
no, there's nothing bad about it.
here's
It's an ironic story, but go ahead.
here's the thing that I
Don't you think?
I don't know why,
A little too early.
and I think it's because I'm also older now. I don't care as much, but I
Matured.
always took the criticism that somebody gave me, no matter who it was.
To heart.
No.
No?
I took it and went, there's something in there that they're saying that I should be doing.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
There's something
Kernel
in
of
there.
truth.
There's something in there that I should be doing. And this guy,
Maybe I can examine
Yes.
this.
this
Took
guy
you
has,
took you 7 years of my criticism for you to do a goddamn podcast.
but I mean, it was like, you know, how to shoot it, right? The guy, I know you got that big dumb logo he's telling me in there. And I know you love it. And you probably, but he goes, it doesn't look good. And so then I was like, he's probably right. So I started to look at it. But you're right. Sometimes when we were in radio, like when we did the break room, I would take criticism and it would take me about 24 hours, but I could then find the kernel of shit. I had to sift through. I had to like go what the fuck are they saying that? And then when I would think about it, I go, oh, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try this. I think what they're saying is this. And it usually worked. So if you can take criticism not so personally,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
One of the 4 agreements is don't take anything personally.
Well, the ego is there, and
Yeah.
we're all human beings, and we're sensitive. And I don't know where we get conditioned for this, but we're sensitive. You know,
Well, the irrational mind guides the rational.
Yeah.
The rational mind has to catch up with the irrational mind because the irrational mind's like Danny on coffee, and the rational mind is like, I don't know.
So,
But it's not that.
I will eventually on at BillMoranProductions.com, where you can go. You can be able to send us emails. You'll be able to watch live as we do live feeds because we can put that in there. And then we'll have videos and different things. I want to do a whole bunch of stuff.
One small step for Bill, one giant leap for Billified.
Yeah.
We have a website, but he still won't use a fucking calendar.
I've been using.
Do we not have a calendar? Yeah, didn't we try to have a calendar once?
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody said no.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say no.
You didn't say yes.
Dude, my wife,
Still says waiting for agreement.
I have like 6 calendars. My wife's like, who's Robert L at 11? I go, oh, my work calendar. Sorry, let me fix this. Because we have so many freaking calendars. I don't need any more calendars.
Well, yeah, I figured you don't need any more calendars. Danny is a big fan of The Sopranos.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually have a friend who's gone back and said, I'm watching The Sopranos again. Basically, because there's nothing
There's nothing on.
that grips you. Like when I watched Bookie,
I love Bookie.
that was good
Yeah.
on HBO.
When it was over, I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, and I guess they're coming back for another season.
Yeah, it's perfect because it's like only half-hour episodes. It's a comedy, so you don't take it too seriously. You're not too invested, but it's comfort food.
Do you still
Right.
have the Hulu? You don't know.
No, I do. I get charged for it, but I can't figure out how to get it.
So if you got the Hulu, watch Shorzy. You'll dig Shorzy.
Sure,
Give you an insight into my life.
Okay, I saw that. What is it? Is it a hockey?
It's a Canadian
program.
program,
It's a spin-off to Letterkenny, which is another Canadian
but it's
comedy.
hysterical.
Is it?
It's hysterical.
Okay.
I tried watching it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just loaded with F-bombs and stuff. And I was like, okay,
It really doesn't have a lot of swearing in it.
No.
really?
A lot of other crude humor, but not
Yeah.
much F-bombs.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it was pretty dirty.
yeah.
Sorry.
Not your cup.
Not my thing.
No, not your cup of tea. All right. Well, I will.
Well, it's football. You'd love it.
Well,
If Shorzy played linebacker,
Yeah, but
Well, no,
there's-
there was a show like that called Blue Mountain State,
yes.
and I couldn't watch that either.
there's a new Blue Mountain. I think they're redoing
All right.
it or doing a second one.
I watched. My brother goes, "This is so awesome." I'm like, okay. Then there was that other show with Ashton Kutcher where he played an ex-quarterback, Colt, whatever.
Ranch. I
Ranch.
love the ranch.
Watched one episode of that. I was like,
The ranch I liked.
The ranch is hysterical.
Then it kind of got.
Well,
seemed
when
to
Danny
jump-
Masterson got arrested, that
yeah, it
kinda
seemed to
took a
kill it
turn,
for me. But
I still like that show.
did you watch it all the way through?
Yeah, a couple times.
A couple times?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. How many seasons are there?
5 or 6.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that. But The Sopranos. Let me get back to that.
Yeah.
Dre DeMatteo,
yes.
who was on The Sopranos.
She was on OnlyFans for a while too.
Well, she's still on OnlyFans.
Oh, is she?
Oh yeah, she has her 13-year-old son edit her bikini photos,
Mhm.
and he doesn't like it.
I'm sure.
Could you imagine having to edit your mom's bikini photos?
I was going to go somewhere. I'm not going to.
Oh, come on! Don't hold back.
Okay. Jameson ever edit his mother's bikini photos?
No.
Okay.
You ever edit
Yeah, you
margins?
you may have. You should probably. Yeah, you were right.
Or
the
any
first time.
photos?
I don't. Did I ever do margins? No, I did not. We didn't have it. Although
Polaroids?
I will say this, and it'll get me in trouble.
You did it. You shot a boudoir photo for your mom?
No, my mother used to go when we would go to the beach. She would get very self-conscious, and she would say, and she would start pointing at women, and go, "Am I as fat as her?"
Oh wow. Okay.
It's the worst thing to say to you.
I
Move back at her.
I was just an uncomfortable kid. I was like, I think I once then, because I did get annoyed eventually, and I go, oh, I went running once, and I go, Mom. She goes, I'm over here. I go, oh my God, I thought that was you. But I did it that way, so that way I wasn't saying you look like her.
So there was this.
Do you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a little more clever than the thing.
Did
I was-
Marcia backhand you when you were younger?
Yes. Yes, she did. She once did, and I ducked. And I laughed, and she came back because her momentum came, and she came back, and I caught the diamond.
Oh,
There was a well-known woman in town
Yeah.
who was a larger woman and great sweetheart of a lady.
No.
And she had her
think I know
back
who
to
it
me at the grocery store
Uh-huh.
in Wegmans. And I go, hey, and she goes, hey, how'd you know it was me? I'm going to tell Tommy you're a chubby chaser. This is back when we were at CMF. So it's like immediately like turn red. Like I was just trying to be nice. She's like, oh, he noticed me because of my size.
Yes,
Like,
that's true.
It was.
Well, when you look like Grimace,
but
what
I
are you
wasn't.
gonna do?
But I wasn't trying to.
It's not our favorite Ithaca graduate, is it?
No.
No.
Okay. No.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
But no.
But Dre,
The friend
And
of
you-
Sullivan.
Dre De Matteo. Yeah.
yeah, she has some thoughts,
Thoughts.
and I would like to get your thoughts on her thoughts.
Okay.
Because I don't know much about this, but she was on a podcast, and the podcast is called "Not Today, Pal."
Okay.
Oh, that's the Sopranos one. It's Robert Eiler and Meadow.
And Meadow,
Is it?
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. That okay.
I used to get reels of it all the time. It seemed like it was funny. I never listened to it, but it seemed funny.
Yeah.
Robert Eiler, who played AJ, who is now the same age as James Gandolfini when The Sopranos started.
You're kidding?
No,
Really?
No. I'm
Wow.
serious. I'm about close to where he was when he supposedly got popped.
When he died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Well,
allegedly. We don't know.
Yeah. Right.
We'll never know, which he did.
God, he was a big fat fuck.
He was.
Well, he died. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
he was a big fat fuck. You can see how fat makes you look older.
Oh, yeah.
But I could never put an age on him. I would have put somewhere between 45 and 55.
Yeah, he was.
That's why I look 73.
He was born in. He was
Well,
born.
you don't,
I
but
think he was born in 60.
Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway, she has some thoughts, Danny, and she did put them on this podcast. Not today, pal. She claimed that the government is secretly manipulating the weather through chemtrails. Thoughts?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not worried about it.
Yeah. And she said, and geoengineering, predicting that Democrats, will soon try to normalize this. They say it's a normal thing.
I gotta say this.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
There's a woman in town
Rattle in the cage.
whom has some good points every once in a while, but she cries wolf so many times that it blames everybody for their imperfections to the point where it's like you can't believe anything. And Drea De Matteo sounds like that person when she says the government is doing this stuff. That's what we'd like to call a bridge too far.
Okay.
Like remember with Trump with the cats and everything.
I
Okay.
forgot about that.
This is a
I
bridge too
totally
far.
forgot about that.
Those are your words. A bridge too far. This is a bridge too
It
far.
is a
This
bridge
might be like a couple bridges too far. Like, isn't there like a bridge in Florida that's 7 miles long?
Yes.
That's
going
one of
out to the Keys,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Too far.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
Too far.
7 Mile Bridge was hard to
I don't think
I
the
might get
government
nervous.
is efficient enough, as Doge is starting to point out, to do this. I don't think they can do it.
Well, that's a good point.
Doge is just pointing this out. You mean the stuff that's been out there for 8 years?
No, my point is that we're so inefficient
Yes.
that
we couldn't pull this
we couldn't
off.
pull this
we couldn't
off.
get the chemtrails to be the clouds, to be the whatever.
Right.
She predicts that she also suggested Hollywood has been complicit by adding cloud formations into old movies to make weather control seem normal. In addition, she talked about the kid editing her photos. And she also implied that Hollywood might try to silence her over her political and anti-vaccine views. The anti-vaccine views are not something new.
Right. Jenny McCarthy was.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of people who will say, I think that the vaccine caused problems in some people. I don't know.
Yale had a big report come out today.
Who did?
Yale did.
Okay.
Alex Berenson reported it. So take it for what it is, but it's they believe that the vaccines, though it was more of a hope than it was actual based on science, and that the spike protein has caused more issues for people than help from dying of COVID. So
that vaccine.
yes.
Yeah, I was talking, and
You're talking about vaccines like everything.
I'm talking about like the hepatitis
like
B.
you once, and I don't want to speak for you on this, I could be wrong, but maybe the theory was that it's not one vaccine or two vaccines. It's if a kid takes like 12 vaccines at once, 12 booster shots at once,
I did
for that little body,
I did say that.
that could cause problems. It's like in
I
Batman,
still-
right? It wasn't one chemical
but-
or two chemicals.
but
It was a
here-
combination of chemicals that could cause a problem.
Here's the thing though with that. Like it made sense to me, but I have no science background. I've
Mhm.
never studied it. I have no idea.
Mhm.
So that's I think
But you could point to a time where your oldest son wasn't the same. His
Well-
baseline changed, and you could look back and say, well, maybe it was this.
I don't know that I can. I really don't. I
There's a
really don't.
There's enough preponderance of
Yeah.
evidence in your life to make that to come up
Maybe.
with that idea.
But the other thing is that, like, when it comes to that stuff, and I think that becomes the dangerous slippery slope for people, is that people start saying these things as though they're fact.
Right.
Now, I will say to you that you may discount that, but then I've been listening to the telepathy tapes about non-verbal autistic children who communicate telepathically, and they can't present their studies in any real way because it's the mother or the teacher or somebody that is close to the kid. You need an independent.
Yeah, there's no control.
So there's no control. But I would say I believe that. So why I'll believe that, but then I won't believe the vaccine thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so in neither case can I prove anything. So I think we've come into this world of, and maybe we've always been there, just that everybody has a voice now.
Right. I think we need to start thinking in terms of, well, before you go to trial in court, you have to have a grand jury say, hey, there's enough evidence to bring you to trial. I think in that case with the vaccines, I think there's enough evidence where, okay, let's examine this. Well, not jump to the conclusion of, yep, that's the case.
Yeah.
That's my point.
And I think
that's what we need to do.
I think they did. I think they were trying to look like they took mercuries out or certain things out.
The problem is you can investigate it all you want. You're going to believe it. I'm not.
Yeah.
You have your thoughts.
Yes.
Regardless of what the science says.
Well, it does
bullshit
seem,
or it's not.
It does seem that way. I wish there was more. And then
right.
you get down to something. Right. You get down to something like the COVID vaccine, and it becomes a personal freedom. And if we're all going to say things like,
my body, my choice.
Well, a woman should have the right.
If you're going to say that, then you got to believe that for everybody.
On everybody.
I mean, it was the current president who was pushing for this COVID vaccine, and now the vaccine's bullshit.
It's going to be the greatest vaccine.
Well, I don't know if the vaccines. Yeah, I hear you. I guess. I guess.
But he still stands by that.
What?
Trump. He still stands by the vaccines.
Yeah. I mean, look.
He also stands by Clorox.
But I
hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. I find this interesting because I will tell you that there are people who do believe, people who are educated and everything, that will say there are entities at work in our world that are extraterrestrial and that they are causing chaos. And that's why we're seeing weather changes and the problems with the airlines.
Again,
the bridge too far?
Show me enough evidence.
I don't know
to investigate. Show me enough evidence to take it to trial.
Look, we've had.
Show me enough evidence to make me care enough about that.
Well, yes, I understand. I get it.
I'm
just saying, like those theories are out there, and there are people who say that you can tap in and you can control everything yourself.
You've set him up for a very long night with all this bullshit. Regular coffee and rabbit holes. Danny's not going to bed till
with OCD and ruminations, Billy.
He's not going to bed till 4.
My anniversary's tomorrow.
Congratulations.
3 years, man. Longest marriage ever.
Yeah. You know what?
My life.
Why don't we take a moment here?
Yeah.
And then when we come back, I have a suggestion for a place to go for your anniversary.
Okay.
Do you have plans?
I do have a reservation.
You do. I wonder if you have a reservation at this place.
Okay.
The back door. Hello, ladies.
With my wife, I'd be making reservations for myself.
There's got to be a restaurant or a bar known as the back door.
There was the back 9. Wasn't there the back 9?
Yeah, there was the back 9, but that was near Oak Hill.
We know we know enough people. We could probably get this taken care of.
But I'm telling you. No, I mean, there has to be. Can we look during the break? Can someone look? There's got to be like a restaurant or a bar called the back door.
Club called the back door.
Yes.
The back door.
That's so. I never.
Canadian
why
money
I
accepted.
never thought of that.
Canadian
I'm
money.
disappointed in myself.
Canadian money accepted.
Very good.
Sorry, you can. I'll give that one to you.
All right, we will. We'll take a moment and be back right after this. right, Kevin's looking up to see if there is a bar or restaurant or strip club.
Not in the area,
but there is one.
There is one up in good old Canada, up in Mississauga.
Canadian money.
Michael's backdoor restaurant. It might actually be Michelle.
Oh, yeah, probably.
By the way, Mississauga's huge.
Yeah? I don't even know where it is.
Bigger than Buffalo.
Right outside of Toronto.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it.
It's where the airport is.
It's on the QEW.
okay.
It's where the airport is.
Oh, that's where the plane flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, in Mississauga.
Yeah.
I'll be dipped.
I'll be flipped. I'll be flipped. Well, Danny's, how many years now? Anniversary?
3 years.
3-year anniversary.
3 years of marriage.
Yeah.
We've been together for about 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
A lot of anniversaries we celebrate.
Yeah. Well, do you
Gotta make it to tomorrow first.
do you make it a big deal?
She doesn't like that I do that, but I do.
Yeah.
I don't go over the top, but I make sure because like we have Valentine's Day and our anniversary within a week of each other.
Right.
So I make sure I cover all the bases.
Okay. So why doesn't she like that you make it a big deal? Most women would at least have it recognized. I think it's a nice.
I think our anniversary she likes having recognized. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's just never been a big Valentine's Day. She appreciates it.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day and our anniversary, but she doesn't want to make that big a
Let
deal.
me go to a married man.
Okay.
Did you do anything for Valentine's
Not
Day?
a goddamn thing.
Stop it.
Actually, I think I did. I picked up flowers.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I was told to pick up flowers for Sam for his girlfriend.
Oh.
And my wife was gonna deliver them for Sam.
Yeah.
So I figured I had a coupon. So
That's great. That you are Peter Griffin.
Hi, folks. Peter Griffin.
No, but because I know you, and I think you
my mistress had a fantastic holiday.
No, and here's the thing I'll say about Kevin. Kevin, to me, he won't like this, but I think Kevin's a sensitive person, and I don't mean in terms of like a wuss or anything, pussy, whatever. What I mean is like look at the gifts he's given me, you, whatever. The Rolling Stones thing.
I got you nice shit. Shut up.
I'm joking.
All the stuff.
It's very creative.
It's thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
That to me is a sensitivity. That's somebody who's tuned in. And I would assume for your wife, and a lot of people just think, Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday. Right?
It is.
So, yeah. It's kind of a made up way. But I'm sure you do nice things throughout the year. But maybe I'm wrong.
Some days.
Maybe I'm wrong.
When I leave to go to work or go to the podcast.
So
those are the happy times.
Danny, do you have reservations? Is it a surprise?
No, it's not a surprise.
She knows where it is.
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse in Henrietta.
Well, that was
funny story.
I was wondering if you were going to go.
Funny
hang on.
story.
I have a story. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold that thought.
Daddy's favorite.
Yeah, I know.
Texas Roadhouse on West Henrietta
it.
Road will be closed for the time being after Monroe County Health Inspectors discovered several violations at the restaurant that include a pest infestation. We're told 10 violations were found during yesterday's inspection.
Okay.
According to the report, the inspector observed a live roach submerged inside an insert pan of ready-to-eat dipping sauce along the main cook line.
Roach was taking a swim. Get a soak.
They couldn't even read it.
Cockroach was taking a soak. It's like sitting in the hot tub at Greg's. It's just taking a soak.
The Texas Roadhouse on West Henrietta Road. What were you going to say? What was your story before I cut you off there?
My in-laws love Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
And I enjoy
So
Texas
does Randy,
Roadhouse.
doesn't he? Is it Randy?
Randy did go in the South when they lost power, when somebody came and
when the gays turned off the power.
Yeah.
That was the drag queen story out.
Yes.
in North Carolina.
Well, it wasn't the gays that turned off the power. It was
They turned off the power on the gays.
It was
My
the
bad.
straight people.
Yes, it was the straight people. They couldn't.
The non-gays.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. So my wife and I try to have lunch or dinner with my in-laws at least once a month.
Yeah.
So the next time was supposed to be in March. And it was going to be at the Texas Roadhouse.
Mhm.
Now we have to find another place.
Come out to the one in Greece. It's cleaner.
I've heard so far.
Yeah.
They said they found rat or mouse shit in the peanuts that they give to everybody.
rodent chewed peanut bags.
I heard there was shit in there too.
Oh, probably that would only make sense. But I'll just read you what I took. I took a condenser. I always condense everything down, so I might have missed the poop part. But it said roach infestations, rodent chewed peanut bags, and even roach floating in sauce on the cook line. The restaurant has acknowledged pest issues they claim is common in the area during winter months and is working with exterminators and the health department to reopen as soon as possible. Until then, it remains closed while. So here's
can I give Danny the perfect anniversary?
Yeah,
for tomorrow.
Sure.
Start out, ball some bagels, bring it to work, get her a nice Spot coffee, and then dinner at the Roadhouse.
What happened to Spot Coffee?
I think they were shut down for
health.
When was this?
When?
I think it was recent.
I was just there in December.
Yeah, I was
probably why they shut down.
Dude, no kidding. I was there.
Was in here.
So I was there on the last Saturday before Christmas in December, and they had the emergency services were there to bring a woman out of the bathroom. They had to wheel her out on a stretcher. And I wonder if there's a connection now.
Maybe. I don't know. It's interesting because would this keep you
last February?
Last February. All right. I've been there since.
If you clean up your act, if you get reopened, you got to be like, I used to work in a restaurant. You got to be pristine, crystal clean to be reopened.
Yes.
So that might be the safest place in America to go eat when they reopen.
Okay. But here's my question is, if it's at this Texas Roadhouse, and I'm not blaming all Texas Roadhouse.
Right.
Could you find it at all restaurants?
You could probably find something if you look hard
enough.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying.
I believe that.
So, but the Texas Roadhouse, I would prefer not a chain. If I'm looking for
yes, I'm with you on
Texas Roadhouse a steakhouse?
Yes.
Yeah. I think there's one in Victor.
Yeah, there's also one in Greece, like Kevin said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an Outback.
But the one in Greece, I'm pretty sure has like an hour and a half wait.
Yeah, so there's the one in Henrietta. You got to call in advance.
Well, not anymore, Henry.
No. Now it's going to be 2 for $1s.
All right, but so...
and that's when you cash in.
Because I'd rather go to like Black and Blue or Bonnie and Clyde, which just
I would too. My
Fairport.
in-laws are big chain people for whatever reason.
Okay, well, there are people who are.
Yeah.
Here's where I like it.
Not all of us have that Black and Blue money either, there, William.
Oh, it's no more expensive than anywhere else. It's not. I don't think.
I don't know. I've never been. Nobody's ever taken me.
All right. Well, then we'll have to.
We'll have to take you out.
Someday we'll take a meal there. But I don't think they're any more expensive. At the place I would eat at a chain restaurant when the kids were little and we were on vacation because you kind of knew what you were getting, right? And especially like the environment. If I go into a local restaurant, I may think that it's going to be family style, and it's not. It's like fine dining or something like that. It just was easier, right? So Texas Roadhouse I've been to, but just not there. Now, would you ever eat at a restaurant again after hearing it had roaches in the sauce? Roaches in the sauce.
If it's been shut down and then restarted, yes.
Okay. Well, I think for some people that could become a permanent nope.
Well, I could see that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they'd have
my favorite Pearl Jam song, though.
They have
roaches in the sauce.
They do have a song called Rats.
Do they?
Yeah.
Let me just say this. Roaches are edible.
Yeah, I believe that.
And they are eaten in several parts of the world.
I'm sure.
Not ones that have Texas Roadhouses, though.
The World Economic Forum's trying to get everybody to eat them.
Well, no, hang on.
I don't think they have a Texas Roadhouse in Uganda.
See now, why do you got to go there? I'm telling you.
Or Peru.
I don't.
Peruvian Roadhouse.
Chile. If properly cooked and sourced from clean environments, which I don't know where you find roaches in clean environments, they can be safe to eat. They are high in protein. They are Danny's favorite thing to eat.
Healthy fats.
You got it.
They are healthy
fats.
Are they gluten-free?
I don't. Well, maybe.
It depends on where you get them.
They are essential nutrients. The Madagascar hissing cockroach and wood roaches are among the species sometimes used in culinary practices. Or is it culinary? I don't know.
I like it when it's Frenched. Get the nice lemon sauce on there.
In Thailand, okay?
No Roadhouse is there.
Roaches, along with other insects, are deep fried and sold in street food. And that's true.
I can see that.
Yeah. China. What do we think of China? What did I always hear? You better do your homework because the kids in China are going to beat you all.
Not a clean environment to source roaches with the
Japan.
Smog.
It was Japan. Then it was China.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Well,
this is why the Japanese are beating us.
Yes. China, certain regions farm cockroaches for consumption as they are believed to have medicinal properties.
Okay.
Well, how about that?
Maybe your Roger will start eating them.
All right.
I mean, isn't like penicillin from like mold?
Yes. Mexico. In some indigenous...
You're naming all the clean areas.
No, hang on a second. Thailand Thailand's beautiful. Thailand itself is beautiful.
Never been.
Is it? I've seen pictures. Neither have I. But I've been
to Thailand as many times. I've been to black and blue.
Wait, wasn't when the tsunami? Remember this tsunami that was going way back? Because
it's after Phil Collins.
I was
tsunami.
Yeah.
Oh!
No, I remember being in. How did they? What?
It was 06.
No, I know. I was at the comedy club, and I was emceeing for the weekend, and it was JJ was the owner, and JJ, God rest his soul, I loved that guy. He was one of the sweetest, most genuine guys, and gave me some of the biggest fucking laughs of my life.
No kidding.
Absolutely.
Because like a friend of ours made it sound like he was like the stupidest guy on the planet.
Yeah, he was kind of because of that, but he was smart. He was a chemist by trade.
Oh wow, okay.
What are we gonna do on their comedy show?
And he so he used to call it a Tasumi because they have the T, right? So I remember I'm going up on stage and he goes, Billy, how about that Tasumi? He goes, my God. I went home last night. I watched it from the time I got home at 6 o'clock till like 2 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't turn it off. The cover Tasumi. I get on stage and I go, hey, anybody talk to JJ about the tsunami? Or as he calls it, the Tasumi. I go, how can watch 6+ hours of coverage and still say the fucking name wrong?
Did you mention the conversation between him and Hillman?
Yeah. But Tasumi and Fidel Castro. But but I love that guy. And he was the one when he came to us in the break room once and he goes, Tommy and I were ripping on him. He goes, why don't you guys go watch a porno book? He did that, and then
didn't he and Jack Garner like once knock noggins? You had donuts sitting there, and Tommy set up the donuts.
Not donuts. Tommy was a dick, and you can, if you listen to that show, I will always think that Tommy Muley is one of the funniest human beings I've ever had the pleasure of being around on a daily basis. Like truly, always authentically, naturally funny, and a little bit of a dick. And we used to do things to torture each other when we were on the Wii show. Like I did something very awful. Like I went out with a picture of somebody who was famous and at least regionally famous and their kid. They did a lot of things for their kid. It had some problems. And I used to take the kid and dance outside the window just to get Tommy like a floating head or something. But Tommy splayed out. Jack Garner, God rest his soul.
Yeah, I know, right?
We used to call it the Jack Stack. He would get a bunch of donuts, squish them down, but he'd be almost shamed by it. So he'd cuff his hand like this, and then he'd hold them down on the couch and they'd be eating like crazy. And then JJ at the time, JJ like ballooned up, lost weight, ballooned up, lost weight. So JJ, who when I was in Montreal was on the Atkins diet, he comes back with it looked like a Lincoln log house of made of bacon. It was just piled high and in the square format all the way up. And they go, "What do you do?" I'm on the Atkins. I'm like, I don't think that's the purpose. These are the people,
right?
Like, honest to God, there were some of the greatest, funniest. But again, you couldn't make it up. Just naturally
funny.
Naturally,
like think of somebody who's funny and doesn't realize they're funny. So we could name like 7 of them who are part of this podcast.
In that studio, there was a coffee table, and Tommy brought in Hershey Kisses, or somebody did.
Okay,
and Tommy goes, "Ooh, I'm gonna splay him out because here comes Jack. Jack and JJ are coming. They're coming." And he put them out, and he actually arranged them so it was almost like a horn of plenty, but they spilled out a little bit, and he curved them. He really made a design on the thing, and he leaves the room to go to the bathroom, and I'm sitting there, and I look up, and I see JJ and Jack both going for a Hershey Kiss at the same time, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And boom, they bumped heads. And I got up and had to run out of the room, and I'm screaming, "Tommy! Tommy, where are you?" I couldn't breathe. It was like you had to see them. They both like hit so hard they came back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't believe it. It was outrageous.
So 21 years ago yesterday, Bill Klein from WHM, who was Jack Garner's like rival
Yeah.
in the entertainment, local entertainment world. He passed away. So the next day, which would be today, 21 years ago, I have to go downstairs, and I'd never met Jack Garner. And I have to go get Jack Garner to come up and talk about the life of Bill Klein and how they were kind of friendly competitors. And I go, what does he look like? And Bill Lau in the newsroom goes, he's effing ginormous. He looks like Shrek. You can't miss him.
He was such a sweet guy.
He was.
He was really just.
But I'm like, Bill,
You hear him coming from a mile and a half away.
I go, Bill, you weren't kidding. He's a big. I told you, he's effing ginormous.
Yeah. Back to roaches, though.
Sorry.
You could eat those. No. Africa.
So I was kind of spot on when I said Uganda.
Well, Thailand, by the way, beautiful, and that's what got us on the thing. And when you saw all those beautiful people in Phuket, or some people say "fuck it," where the tsunami hit, that looks gorgeous.
Yeah, because the fucking tsunami cleaned it all up.
No, it was a.
Well, what happened was when a tsunami hits, the shore pulls back.
Yeah.
So all the kids were going for all the fish because they see all the fish on the shore, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, for all this free fish we could bring home," and it sucked them in, and then here comes a tsunami and just kills all those poor kids. And the village.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill Nye.
So we have Mexico and Africa. So here's my thing. We'll ask this, and maybe there's got to be a place in Rochester or where we are that we could get roaches or something cooked. There has to be. We've got enough. We got a Chinese restaurant right next door.
Oy.
What?
Oy.
Hey, dude.
No, I don't mean it like that.
Bro,
I'm just saying.
I call it a rub and tug. That's cool. You call it a roach cooker, and that's now it's
I'm
funny.
not saying it's a roach cooker.
Bro,
That's not what I'm saying.
You know what we should do?
I eat there all the time. That's not what I'm saying.
And it's cat, not roaches. They
But
cook.
wild roaches from unsanitary environments, unsafe to eat. But I'm just wondering, would you ever try one?
I would try one.
Yeah,
If it was cooked.
I think I might too.
I would try one.
Yeah.
We could call Texas Roadhouse. Hey, listen, don't mean to bug you guys. We know you're in the middle of a tough time. We heard you might have a roach problem. We want to help you out and buy some and see if that would be a great. Dude, if we were still on the radio, I'm sure you'd have me make that phone call.
See if we get the roach to call in from the simmer pot.
All right, we'll take a moment.
Was that the restaurant you had in mind for me and my wife?
Yes,
Was that, okay.
yes, it was. It was exactly where I was going. See, here's the great thing, and that I'll say it.
All our periods are lining up.
No, but I'll say it. I used to do this with Tommy. Like I would.
You knew exactly where he was going to go.
No. I know what's the top of the news type thing. It's a somewhat of a salacious story in a way, not necessarily dirty, but controversial. And
it's dirty.
There was this one time where we did a story from Channel 13 about this dude named Hong Vu. Hong Vu had a child in Fairport, and he wanted to meet with the teacher of this child to go over their grades before they got the report card, because he wanted to get to the bottom of why his kid was failing. And he went to the school. I don't know if it was Fairport or not. And the Fairport school district got angry that he wanted to meet first and call the cops on him or something, right? But then when I played the audio of this dude talking, Tommy lost it. And during the commercial, Tommy had to leave the studio. He's laughing so hard. And you look at me and you go, that's the only reason why we play this audio.
All right.
Because of his reaction.
Yes.
No, I'm just saying, you guys were always on the same page.
I just had to know.
I just wanted to meet with my daughter.
Us funny creative folks, we all share a brain. You just go down rabbit holes.
Oh, we're gonna.
God made me different.
But your mom still loves you.
There's a state called Idaho, and there's a woman in it that's living up to the state's name.
Oh,
And we will get to that right after this. think I left a scarf here in about 85. I don't know if there's any Greta Van Fleet. I don't know much about them. Very Zeppelin-esque.
Well, yeah, that's the whole joke. When they named their influences, Zeppelin wasn't named.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I've heard that they're like, I haven't seen their Saturday Night Live performances, but I heard they were terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now I've seen other performances where they were really good.
Yeah.
So, but they do sound a lot like Led Zeppelin as far as the guitar work and the vocals,
vocal guy,
especially the lead singer.
Yeah.
I think they're all brothers and cousins.
I don't know. I know nothing about them, but because I don't know much rock anymore.
Yeah, it seems
You know
like
what I
rock
mean?
has taken 2 different or 3 different turns. You got your heavy stuff.
Yeah. I can't do that.
I can't do that either. And then like alternative music that we remember from the 90s, like is non-existent. The only people playing that stuff are still the guys who were playing in the 90s.
Yeah.
And alt music now has become like pop music almost. It's weird.
Sort of. Yeah. I
So it's either really heavy or it's old.
agree.
Something I have to write some.
A 53-year-old woman. Well, let me just give you the story this way.
Okay.
Yeah. From the news.
With a school employee from Lewiston who is accused of sexual battery of a minor and the alleged incident taking place on school grounds.
That woman who worked for the Lewiston School District faced a Nez Perce County judge for the first time today. Cram 2's Regan Gallo has more now on the arraignment and the accusations.
Ooh, the arraignment and the...
Well, today we learned that Mary Strong was a classified staff member, so not a teacher, but she worked in a support role. Today, the judge set her bond at $100,000, noting how serious the allegations are.
We learned from court records that Strong worked at Tammany High School and she has no prior criminal history. The affidavit shows that she had what is described as an inappropriate sexual relationship with a 16 or 17-year-old student on Snapchat. Investigators say Strong sent explicit videos and pictures to the student, and that student sent explicit text messages. Then court records show Strong and the student engaged in sexually explicit acts on school campus. A photo of that incident prompted the initial investigation, which was later reported to authorities.
Okay.
First of all, going to grant the no contact order. That'll be in effect for at least 2 years.
No contact.
In
Can't touch.
So he's
addition,
18.
there you will stay 300 feet away from that person. You will
Now, here's the weird part. 300 feet away, you now have devices on your phone that can measure for you. Like you can just, right? You ever see these? Why whip out the tape measure anymore? You can just use the laser app.
But
or
for
whatever
300
it
feet, I can yell, hello.
Yeah, I know. See, and I go, the whole thing is kind of crazy. This lady, they said that they caught her on camera having sex with this kid in the school. Now, I should put a picture up, and I should probably do that on her website of this woman, BillMoranProductions.com. You can go.
Was it anywhere near the litter boxes in the bathroom?
No, it wasn't. She
Described as an inappropriate sexual relationship with a 16 or
17.
17-year-old student on Snapchat. Investigators say Strong sent explicit videos and pictures to the student, and that student sent
you got to see
explicit
this woman.
text
She's
messages.
not attractive.
Then court records
I mean,
show
she's not-
Strong and the student engaged.
That's mean. She's not.
She's not the teacher you'd envision.
Nah, not even close.
Okay.
Not even close. I wouldn't call this woman lovable.
In sexually explicit acts on school campus. A photo of that incident
I wanna get to
prompted
the
the
funny
initial investigation, which was later reported to authorities.
First of all, going to grant the no contact order. That'll be in effect for at least
The
2
judge.
years. In addition, there you will stay 300 feet away from that person. You will also not go within the address listed on the no contact order.
Judge Olds also stated Strong cannot contact the student through any social media.
$100,000 bail is very reasonable request by the state, considering the nature of the offense, the information contained in the affidavit of probable cause.
Initially, she claimed she could have been drunk or that she did not remember sending any messages.
Do you
Okay.
understand all that, Ms. Strong?
There you go. Miss Strong. Listen to Miss.
No, not really, Your Honor, but I don't really have a choice. It's kind of above my mindset right now. I've never done this before, so.
The school district superintendent did inform Krem.
All right.
Sounds like the defense our friend from Minnesota used.
Yes. I was too drunk to remember a valid defense.
It's worked for me in the past.
I think it's officially the worst legal defense ever. I mean, has anybody topped that? I was too drunk to remember. I can't think anybody. I mean, even
I'd imagine that people have tried to use it before.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold up.
This woman.
I mean, isn't court all about precedent?
Yes. And by the way, the allegations of this surfaced on Valentine's Day, leading to the criminal investigation. So it's a day for lovers. And she's got to go back to court next week.
Well, how'd she get caught, though?
Because they had camera.
Oh, the camera. Right,
and that's what prompted. Somebody took a picture, it sounds like. I thought it was a security camera, but it sounds like from the news report it was a picture.
Wow. Person having dinner at the Roadhouse.
So
in Idaho.
They put out a whole letter to the parents of the district and all that. And I don't, maybe I'm wrong. I know that I don't know if I don't even know what to say anymore, because I feel like we spin our wheels on shit that means nothing. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just doesn't. There was a whole debate last night about like cursive in schools and go back. And I know there were people that were mad at me because I was like, well, I don't know that it's not being taught, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I don't think cursive was a sign of intelligence. And if you're not writing and we evolve as a society, we're not still doing arithmetic the long way either. You know what I'm saying? Like you use calculus. So I'm not sure.
It was funny because like when I was in school, you had to write cursive and you could only use pencil until 5th grade. Then after 5th grade, with the exception of math, do whatever you want. So it's like, so we just had to pass this stupid test in 5th grade? Yes. So in other words, it wasn't a lifelong thing. It was just something else I threw in the curriculum.
I think it was in the curriculum, right? But I have no idea where it is or isn't. That's neither here nor there. My point is that people get very, very up in arms about these things and passionate and angry. What are you teaching our kid to get angry about it? And I think in a case like this, people are going to get angry. Like the whole thing. What was the school? Was it? I don't want to get the district wrong. Was it Hilton that had the principal?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So even there, but with this woman, don't tell me that you have to put out a letter. I would just go one kid. I wouldn't even think about it if my kids were in that district. I wouldn't go to one meeting about this. I know they'd be packed. I wouldn't care if the letter came. I'd just probably throw it in the garbage because it doesn't affect my thing. And I will say, when you start railing on these things so much so, I think you freak the kids out. Right. And so then the kids are like scared. And then I want to know what the hiring practices are. So now you're going to take every teacher who's probably good or may have been consoling a kid who was crying one day and hugging them. Like now you're afraid to touch them. You don't know what to do.
Oh, this goes back as far as the 90s.
But I know, but everybody's flipping out. And I can see board meeting. Like if it happened here or anywhere, I would expect that a board meeting would be packed, right? Wanting to know, demand answers. Demand answers on what? If they knew what was going on, do you think they want it going on? Do you think they want to have this fucking meeting? What do you think? Like I'm so confused these days with people, and I go, maybe it's me. It must be me because I would maybe say to my kid, let's say it was Jameson, hey man, what are they saying in school to you? How do you feel about that? I'm fine. I didn't really know her. Never came near me. All right, cool. We're on with it, right? On with our day. I'm not thinking about it again. I'm not bringing it up. I'm not having conversations. I'm not talking to the neighbors about it. I don't care. If someone starts to talk to me about it, I'm going to find the quickest transition without being rude to another topic in the conversation. I don't care. It's none of my fucking business. I don't care. And
I just remember a few incidents where a guy in the office would always go to you, hey, Billy, did you hear about this? And so what?
Yeah, I did.
So what?
Yeah, so what?
Well, you're not appalled?
No, I'm not.
I remember it was our traffic guy.
Yeah, I would never be appalled.
Once a week.
Yeah, I didn't care.
I think the meeting and the letters and all that shit, it puts more pressure on the goddamn kid that's involved.
Thank you. I agree with you.
Let the kid fucking move on.
I agree with you. Or the parent.
Because then it points out maybe... Or not everybody knows who it is. No. Then all of a sudden now everybody knows who exactly
I know who it is. I know his mother.
Yes.
I talked to his mother.
Yes.
And then it becomes this thing.
And I don't know. Is incorrect in my assessment of most things in life really don't mean anything unless they're really directly in your way. And by that, I'll bring cursive back up. The fact that someone's not learning cursive today does absolutely nothing to my life.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's a very selfish thing, but I'm just saying, like, it does nothing. And if you're going to tell me, well, they're the next generation coming through, so therefore they're idiots because they don't know cursive, because I can show you about a dozen idiots off the top of my head that can write cursive beautifully, but they're fucking morons.
Hi, y'all.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But that's the thing. What are we doing?
Every single generation tells the next generation they're a bunch of dumb fucks.
Yes. We always
These kids someday are going to tell the next generation they're a bunch of dumb fucks. They'll figure it out.
I think that we spend way too much time majoring on the minors.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Maybe a bad choice of words.
Oh,
that's not what I meant.
Yes, it is.
But the point is, no,
that's
not what
you did.
I just realized as soon as I said it. No, but the thing is, like, yeah, this is something that needs to be taken care of, but it doesn't need to be made a public spectacle. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Candace Owens. No, Candace Owens is?
Yes.
Okay, Candace Owens is a black conservative woman. Okay, you don't find many of those. The reason she became a conservative was when she was in high school, she was assaulted somebody pulled some racial crap on her, a couple of white kids, right? So the school had to go, and all the parents had to prove that they weren't racist. So they all got out their pitchforks and made these two white kids' lives a living hell. And then when the case was solved and these kids' lives were ruined, everybody went back to doing their own thing.
Of course.
And she goes, wait a second. I was the victim here.
Yeah.
You got your pound of flesh.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, these kids' lives are ruined, and that's it? That's all you're going to do?
Yeah.
And she realized it was all about them to begin with.
Well,
and that's why she churned, because she's like, this is ridiculous. And this is another situation where we don't need to make a big deal out of it.
I would like to think that I was going to say something and maybe it'll sound bad, but I don't think of myself as conservative.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but I also can't step to certain things. I just can't. I feel like I'm not in a box anywhere. I'll just go with what I think is right in the moment for what is right.
Yes.
And I look
you call balls and strikes.
Well, I try to. I try to really
strikes.
look at everything, and I try to go, like with the vaccines, I don't know. I'm not an educated person in that area.
Yes.
I like to think I'm somewhat of an educated person. I certainly can read, but I also think that's why I like doing this, because I can find the person who is an expert or two people who are experts, but on
different sides, right?
Yeah. So those are the things. But when I hear stories like this, and I know how things go, and I've seen it, I've witnessed it, different versions of the same story, not this, but molestation, but just different things that would irate parents. And I go, why? I feel like when you rail so hard against something, you just get nowhere. And I would rather be, like you're saying,
right.
we major on the minor. I'd rather focus on the bigger picture stuff.
Right.
What's going on with the kids? How do we not make this a big deal so they all worry that every teacher's going to be doing something to them?
Right.
You know what I mean? Should you have a conversation and go, hey, if a 55-year-old woman first of all, if a 55-year-old woman is sending you pictures and you're 16 or 17, your only response should be the green face puking emoji. I mean, that's all it should be. I don't know, offense to anybody that age. I'm there. I'm just saying, like, if you're 16 or 17, that's not hot. Usually.
I imagine.
Do you know what I mean? That would be I would almost love to stand up in front of kids and say, hey, if an adult over the certain age sends you something, the only response is the green puking emoji.
Blah.
No words, no nothing, just that. Let it go and block them.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Right?
Yeah.
Well, why do we have to beat a fucking leather-faced woman?
What about the children, Billy?
This is the thing, and then we go on and on and on. And
it goes back to
I would love to know
the ego of the group think.
Well, yeah,
that's what it comes to.
You live near Hilton.
Yeah.
I'd love to know how Hilton, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Right. That's a scary situation because that's somebody in power who many people trusted.
I live 4 minutes from that school.
Yeah. Okay.
Who had his own fishing hole, basically.
Yes. Well, that's what they call it.
Well, look what Sandusky.
I just said it
same
was
thing.
the
He
third
had,
hole.
he had the second.
Honey hole.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No, okay, all right.
I was making a hole.
Fresh cutlet.
But that community didn't seem to do a whole lot of. They seem to move forward.
Yeah,
is what I'm
they
saying.
nipped it in the bud.
Well, they seem to go. We got them out. We got to move forward.
What? Yeah.
And the focus seemed to be on the
The
kids.
wife left
I may be
them.
wrong. I don't know. Yes, I don't know what happened.
But they didn't
personally.
have
I'm
more
talking
board
about the
meetings.
school.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that I felt like they just moved forward, and that was
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Right. Okay.
There was a situation I know of, not like that, but something similar happened at a school in town. And when the situation was found out about, they removed the person and they said, okay, we're not going to talk about this. If this comes up, address everything to the PR person. Here's the talking points. And the school moved on and nothing really came of it. Nobody even knew it happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that was a PR class.
We have a right to know.
To handle these situations.
Oh, what?
Right.
Why? Why do you want to know?
It's none of your business.
Well, no, but my thing is why do you want to know? So you can do what with that information?
Right. What's the purpose? Always ask yourself, what's the purpose?
Well, to me, it's just I don't even have to do it. I just go, it doesn't mean anything to me. I even had a conversation with someone today, and they started bringing up things that they said I said in the past. And I said, I don't recall saying that. And they said, you compartmentalize many things. And I said, that's okay. And I didn't say that's okay. I just said, all right, probably. I can't argue with that. I don't
remember doing that, but that sounds like something I would have done.
That's okay. But I said, but I can't affect those things now. They're in the past.
Right.
All I can do is deal with the president. So I don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when I say that, I think people cringe and go, well, that you know. But it's not. I don't have any emotions. It's a waste of fucking time. All I want to do is improve. If I did that, hopefully I learned from it, and I'm not doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
I hope. If you think I am, keep it to yourself.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. I'll try not to. I don't know. I'm just saying. I thought the purpose of the journey of life was to learn,
grow.
We come here to learn things and grow, and the contrast is what keeps us going. Think about all the things we do. We love it. We love getting in the mud and mixing it up. Okay. But I also don't want to waste my time.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. And now hopefully,
well, that's the whole thing. We have too much time.
Most
we have the
people
luxury of time to do that.
Yeah, but we don't.
You're right.
That's
we
the
think
other
we
thing.
do.
We don't. And that's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
All right, we'll take a moment. Maybe I got too deep on that one. But Idaho. We will take a moment. I think Kevin has a closest to the pin.
Okay.
Yeah. We haven't played that in a little bit. Did we? We played it
last week.
And I lost.
Yeah, like usual.
I won.
I went way over on one thing and it freaking screwed me. We get to all that right after this. I'm trying to find music that's not going to get us in trouble.
Did we get in trouble?
No, sometimes things aren't showing up on certain platforms because it's copyrighted, some of the music and stuff. And I love doing the music, like the games and things. I don't want to not do them.
There's certain bands you don't want to play. Metallica's one of them.
Yeah.
When my buddy records the games for the hockey team, and they play music between whistles and stuff, he's like, "Don't play this because they'll yank the audio immediately, and they'll yank the video."
And it's not.
Man, Lars is really pinching the pennies.
You know what?
It's not just the Metallica's one. I think AC/DC's one. I think Motley Crue is one.
Yeah, well, Vince needs every penny he can get.
No, but that's not even like. It's probably not them.
No, I know. It's
you know what I mean.
Companies.
The lawyers, whatever, and I understand.
Well, it took AC/DC and Zeppelin and the Beatles years to get on iTunes, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Beatles I don't remember why. Apple
Taylor Swift too for a while wouldn't stream her music either.
But look, either way, I'm not looking to make rip people off.
No, I know
we're premium now. We don't need any lawyers coming after us.
I don't know.
Well, don't we have lawyers?
Yeah,
we got Sir Q, we got Greg.
Yeah, we'd have that.
Yeah, we're cool. We're good.
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've had a conversation.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, how is Paul?
Rich.
I bet he is.
Very rich.
Did you inside any friends of ours from Paul?
Yeah, I think it's a done deal.
Oh,
I told you.
Yeah,
I told you.
Well, I knew that. I need 2 forms of proof.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So I when one person speaks to me, it's like the voice of God, always telling me what's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. In that industry, he was always that way. He was always that way.
It doesn't work with football picks, though.
No. Not even close. Not even close. Speaking of that, what is happening in your world of sports? And then I will ask Kevin, because hockey has had some unbelievable fights.
Well,
I watched a fight was it? What is happening? Is it Team USA?
It was 3 fights in the first 9 seconds, and it was the United States way to kind of take it to Canada quick and early.
And what?
It's an international tournament. They're doing it instead of the All-Star game this year. It's a 4 Nations tournament.
Yeah.
Sweden, Finland, United States, and Canada.
Better?
And it's
than the All-Star game?
Anything's better than an All-Star game.
They've really kind of that's what my column is going to be about the Times in Wayne County. This is the one thing that nobody could compete with, and it's the NHL tournament, because next year you got the Olympics. They're going to let the NHLers play, so they're not going to have an All-Star game. They're just going to have this tournament, right? Then the following year you got the World Cup of Hockey. So then maybe the next year they could have another 4 Nations tournament. And if Russia gets out of Ukraine and there's more Germans, they'll have 6 teams involved. But what's cool about
that actually would be
but
really
this is actually
fucking cool. That's like global.
Right. This is the one area where the U.S. actually is an underdog. And American men, man, they got to find something to watch between the NCAA tournament and football. This is it.
I could get behind, because I don't follow hockey.
And they came out and just punched him in the face.
And by the way, Canada,
it worked. They won 3-1.
There's a lot of nationalism in Canada right now. They're booing the American anthem and stuff because of what's going on with Trump.
Yes, yeah.
And so there's a lot of, I have an American friend who lives in Canada. I work with him, and he's like upset about it. People are asking, so who are you rooting for? Like in bars, like, so buddy, who are you rooting for? I'm an American, but I root for Canada when they're not playing the United States. But I'm an American. I root for America.
But then again, they're booing the Canadian national anthem in Boston the other night. So same.
Yeah. Well,
but it's cool, though. It's cool. It's old-time hockey.
Yeah, that is fun. Is it fun? Have you been paying attention?
I really haven't.
Okay. Well, with what time?
Exactly.
That's true. I'll say
that's
that.
True.
You got enough hockey in your life. But I like that. I like that a lot. The NBA All-Star game, I didn't watch.
Nobody else did either.
Well, they didn't do the East versus West. They tried a similar thing.
Yeah.
They put all the Europeans on one team and the Americans on another. And I don't even I saw Draymond Green's comments. He melted down going, "This isn't basketball. This is terrible."
Well, then PK Subban, who played for the Montreal Canadiens, who's a hockey guy, ripped on the NHL. Ripped on the NBA, saying you guys don't care enough. And people gave it back to him saying, well, the NHL All-Star game was garbage too. Nobody plays defense in that. But now you have this 4 Nations tournament. And he's saying, yeah, why don't you do something like that in America? Because now here's what's happened.
How many tournaments does basketball need?
Well, that's the thing.
I don't
the problem
like that
is
basketball has this mid-season tournament.
Because it's crap. Nobody wants to watch the NBA. I
love the finals, man.
Their audience has dropped by 48% in the last 12 years.
Yeah.
And this is during the LeBron James era, this golden era of basketball. People stopped watching. Why? Because there's no incentive to watch. Everybody knows that 2 or 3 teams have a shot at winning it all, and that's it. But yet somehow, like more than half the teams make the playoffs. So there's no incentive to watch. The players don't want to play.
Well, it's
the
no
games are
incentive
boring.
to watch,
Nobody plays defense. They've legislated defense out of the game.
I think until the playoffs, it's not worth watching.
But even like the first couple rounds, nobody gives a crap.
Rounds, and then what are they? 3 games?
They're best of 7.
They are best of 7. That's too long.
So you lose one game, also the home court advantage swings back to the other team. I mean, there's no incentive to watch regular season games.
I'll say this: if you're
unless you're a Knicks fan,
I'll give it to who's the head of the NBA?
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver. If
he looks like a freaking alien.
he looks
like he's straight out of Men in Black.
He looks just like if he went gray, they would call him the gray people. He looks like he's that lanky, long arms.
Well, a few years ago on Levitard's show, somebody made a joke. They used to have this like so and so looks like so and so, and he goes, Adam Silver looks like a face drawn on a pinky.
Okay, all right, that's a good one. I would say that if you're not trying. Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not failing, you're not trying. If you're not trying, you're not failing, whatever. So I like the idea that he recognizes something's wrong and it's not a quick fix. I love the 4 Nations tournament, the 6 Nations tournament. That's a great.
And you're never going to cater to everybody. Everybody's going to bitch about.
No, you're not.
Well, let's go back to East versus West. East versus West sucks.
We hate.
Well, let's do this.
All that matters
let's try
is
drafting teams.
Do you get the numbers up?
Right. That's it. That's all.
Where's the urgency to watch?
And it's an exhibition game. Who cares?
It is
what it is.
But the 4 Nations, I mean, that fight, I saw it on ESPN shown over and over.
They say the first 2 fights were kind of not scripted, but were like kind of planned. Like, okay, we're gonna drop the gloves.
Yeah,
the second one was,
and the third fight wasn't. I don't know.
I don't know either. But either way, there's
Kachuk brothers,
little sports. I did make a statement on the podcast saying I was going to have an NFL story every day until the season started again. And well,
did you see the Jonathan Martin story?
No.
Jonathan Martin's the guy who got Richie Incognito suspended.
Oh, yeah. I saw Incognito coming out going, it was all based on a lie because that guy said he never bullied me.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even
and
Jonathan
his
Martin
mother ran with it.
Sometimes it's better to just keep your freaking mouth shut. You're irrelevant. Nobody cares. The only person that cares about this is Jonathan Martin. Well, yeah, you only ruined 2 guys' careers. Now, a lot of the stuff that they said about Richie Incognito was true.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Didn't
true.
he come to Buffalo for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bills were his reclamation project. And he stayed for a couple of years, and Kim Pagula signed off on it and was like, whoa, a female owner is okay with Richie Incognito coming to town? And he was a model citizen.
Yeah, he was.
He lived with Lorenzo Alexander. He was on the up and up. And eventually the Bills were like, yeah, you're just too old. We got to move on. But it wasn't because he did anything wrong. It was because he just played himself out. He was done. But he was a model citizen in Buffalo.
Okay. All right. Well, good.
But Martin's basically saying, yeah, I really wasn't bullied.
Yeah.
But those guys have already peaked and my life is just beginning.
Yeah.
I'm investing in Bitcoin. It was 10 pages of just ugh.
All right, we got it closest to the pin. This is where we try to add up the numbers at the end and see who has the overall score that is closest to 0.
No bonus question tonight, so no minus 150.
Boy.
You gotta be tight tonight.
Okay.
I
think I won because I got the bonus.
You did.
Yeah.
We've been buried with it lately, but according to the National Weather Service, what year was the snowiest winter on record in Rochester with 151.7 inches of thunder?
Kevin Williams would know.
Yeah, he would.
Off the top of his head.
I'm stuck on
no phone of friends
years, but we're going close.
Hello, Weather Center. I love Kevin. He was great. He is great.
I think it's more modern than we think.
I think so.
Yeah.
What year was
Probably more modern than I
the
think.
first Mardi Gras celebrated in New Orleans? What year did the first Mardi Gras go down in New Orleans, Louisiana?
I'm going to blow it on this. $1,500.
Born on this date was Hockey Hall of Famer and former Bruin Blackhawk and Ranger Phil Esposito. How old is Espo?
Hang on.
Oh, God damn it, if you get this right.
Just doing the math here.
Cliff Cleveland.
Yeah, you see, Sammy.
I'd like to see you do your math in cursive, please.
Don't.
So we're guessing his age, correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right, correct.
Yes.
On this date, the first Batman and Robin comic strip premiered in newspapers. What year did this comic strip of Batman premiere? A lot of on this dates for this one tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I wrote down a year, but I don't.
Also on this date, 1992, Ross Perot announced on Larry King Live that he would run for president.
Because you own this country.
At their death,
we have a $4 trillion deficit.
How old combined were Larry and Ross?
Larry
King.
With Welch's purple grape juice, I could live to be.
Go.
Golly.
Buffalo, New York.
North Carolina, go. How old combined were Larry and Ross?
When they died.
When they died.
Oh, okay.
And with players slowly trickling into spring training sites, the defending champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers, have 11,432 wins all time. How many National League pennants do they have? How many times has the Dodgers won the National League?
How many? What do they have?
They have 11,432 wins. How many pennants have they won?
Them bums.
Yeah.
The Brooklyn Dodgers.
No, I know.
I can tell you without changing your answer is wrong. They have more world championships than that.
All right.
Talking to him, not you.
Okay.
Don't change your answer, though, cheater.
Who?
Him.
Well, he can do anything he wants.
No, because I just told him his answer is wrong.
All right, whatever.
You still doing math over there?
I don't know. Hang on.
You can write a supplemental not counting answer if you prefer. How many times has the Dodgers won the National League?
I got it.
Go on.
Still not right. Back to the top. What year was the winteriest, snowiest record of 151.7 inches of snow here in Rochester?
Dan, what did you say?
I'm going to say 1999.
I said 1998.
You're both way the fuck off. 1959.
Oh, it was. All right. Well, I'm going to just.
I'm already 40 in the hole.
I'm one over Danny, so then I'm 39 in the hole.
What year was the first Mardi Gras celebration in New Orleans?
I have absolutely no
1892,
idea.
New Orleans drank the place with booze.
I said 1862.
1833.
Wow, okay.
What did you say?
1892.
You did?
Ahead. But you'll fuck it up. You always do.
Wait, 1862. What was the year? 1830?
1833.
Okay.
You'll fuck it up on Batman, I'm sure. Born in the state, Hockey Hall of Famer Phil Esposito. How old is Phil Esposito?
I'll say 85.
I said 76.
Phil is 82.
God damn it.
Batman and Robin premiered in newspapers.
I'm still ahead, though, right?
In what year?
1939?
I said 1901.
1944.
Fuck me, goddamn motherfucker.
It might not be the music that's getting us blocked on YouTube. It might be the language.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, we don't curse a whole lot. I do. I
don't understand because YouTube people swear all the time.
Yeah.
But
why do we gotta be you people?
They don't want. I didn't say you people. I said people swear all the time on YouTube.
43 there.
But they don't want you to. Like I know they don't want you to. But
6 here.
My score is 107 so far.
So I'm 39, 6, and 43. Wait.
Oh, Lord. More math.
Right?
We need an intern just to count the math points for you here.
Yes, we do. I need somebody.
Are you really getting a calculator out right now?
Yeah, 39.
We have 2 more questions.
Plus 39 plus 6 plus 43. What was your score right now?
107.
Shit, I'm at 115.
Okay.
How old when they died were Larry King and H. Ross Perot combined?
I said 177.
I said 176.
Danny. In the hole.
Shut the fuck!
Ross was 89. Larry was 87.
God,
I get bonus points.
You
I
get
had
10 off for that.
86 and 91. God damn.
Hey, you only lost one.
One.
He gained 10, but you lost one.
Thank you. I'm at 116.
And how many pennants have the Dodgers?
Man, I hope this is where you shit the bed.
I said 11.
I hope you shit. I said 26.
It is 25. Yeah! I don't know if it's not, is it enough to overcome?
Huh?
Is it enough to overcome?
I got one. It's 117.
I got 111.
What?
111.
How do you get 111? Fuck you. You just blew that one by 11.
14. So 97 plus 14 is.
How do you have 97? Oh, you lost a fucking 10 for the whole. God! Ah!
You know, Bill, just get to church on Sunday. You'll win games like this.
Oh,
I can't believe I blew that Dodgers question.
Yes.
They've been to 25 World Series.
yeah, no, 25. Yes.
Yes, it means they've been to 25 World Series.
yeah.
Did you not factor in Brooklyn in your answer?
I did factor in Brooklyn mostly.
I factored Brooklyn.
How many World Series did
I'm
they go to in Brooklyn, though?
I'm pretty sure they have more than one World Series wins.
They've gone to 7 in LA. They've gone to 7. So they went to the World. No, 8.
Yeah,
8 because they lost to the A's in LA. They lost to
Nobody cares.
the Yanks
I'm a
twice.
Dodgers fan. I don't give a shit.
They beat the A's. Then they lost the Red Sox. They won the Bubble World Series, and then they beat the Yankees.
Draw them down.
How many World Series did they go to in Brooklyn then?
What do I look
14?
like?
Yeah.
Well, you came up with the game. You don't know
Yes,
this crap?
I didn't separate it out. I just got the number.
Bro, I just looked it up.
I'm very excited.
ChatGPT.
I actually think this is a competitive game.
It was a competitive game.
Yes.
What's my overall record? Like 26 and 4?
Oh, okay. Really?
Between the two games?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You've lost some.
I've lost a few.
Yeah.
I usually win, though.
Well, less than 4
he
losses.
he wins with the music a lot.
And I went
Well,
closer to the pin a lot.
I don't think so.
Listen, if
There's some games where I'm not even here for closer to the pin.
I think that you're. Yeah.
Mark, game's rigged.
I haven't been close to the pin with them forever.
No.
Game's rigged.
If we keep the show going long enough, I'll find a game that we can set up so you can win it every time.
Shut up. I like that. I don't mind that I lose. I like being competitive.
We're grading dick jokes. Who swears the most during the show?
We're creating on a curve.
Listen to me. No, hang on a second. Hang on a
Dick jokes at
second.
8. Dad got a 6. Bill wins.
I will tell you that I like when it's. I hate when I like blow one question really bad. Like, you know, and it is. It's like golf. You're
And
off.
I always put that one question in there.
Yeah. And I blew it on the Batman because I was going to say 1946. And I go, that seems too soon. But I think Superman was 1933. So I don't know why I didn't do that because I thought Batman came after Superman.
I'll just know that you've cussed more than Dan tonight, so you win.
I always cuss more than Dan.
Yeah, I'm not a big cusser.
Dan's not a cusser. Dan is a lover, and he's got his anniversary tomorrow, and it's very exciting. And Carrie's listening, and she's very jealous.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you made reservations and everything?
Because I said back door. That's why she's jealous.
And you got gifts and things?
I haven't had the gifts yet.
Oh,
she told me no gifts.
Okay. Do you want to get a gift?
No.
She said no. She said no gift. He's getting gifts.
I mean, yes, I'm gonna get a gift.
No.
Do I want one?
You want one to give to her? Is one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're at an age now where I there's not much that you're going to give me. Oh, that's not true. But I don't think of it that way. I like buying for somebody, right?
Yeah.
You were like mine. So
do you realize the more you give, the more you get in life?
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah, I can see that.
If you ever want to reset your frame of mind, think about all the times people have been grateful to you. Just take a minute and man, you'll go on for 5 minutes. It'll rechange the way you think.
Yeah, but I don't think people are ever grateful to me. So
you're looking at 2 people in this room who've
they're
been grateful to you.
Yeah.
Greg Connors is grateful
See,
to you.
Thank you.
Damien's been grateful to you.
All right.
And just remember, Dan, herpes is like luggage. It lasts a lifetime. It's a gift that keeps giving.
Who is herpes?
Yeah, who is herpes?
What do you say?
I'm saying if you're picking some up tonight.
Well,
do you now our anniversary gifts? Can you give for anniversary or Valentine's Day? Sexual gifts.
You have to ask my wife. I don't know.
Would you give them?
Are you talking like the little scratch offs or the fucking
No.
What do you mean like
book?
What do you mean like
Good
I'm
for
talking
one free
about-
back rub?
No, that's that. No.
All my wife wanted was a back rub. 3 kids later.
Should have gone the back door. So terrible. No, like a toy to enhance things a little bit. Nothing
Never really thought about it.
Or like edible panties or some lingerie or
nah.
Oh, you're boring.
I am.
That's all right. Okay.
I am.
Ask that same question tomorrow night.
But I think your wife, now I don't know, but I think she would appreciate that stuff.
Do you know?
No, I'm
don't?
just saying. I think she has a sense of adventure. Looking, just strictly observing.
Okay.
Just strictly observing.
Bill got a text earlier. Push Dan to get me a fucking vibrator. I'm tired of his bullshit.
It's not true. It's not true. And by the way, just a little.
It was a FaceTime, not a text message. You get the one with the remote while you're sitting at your dinner tomorrow night?
Danny.
And you zap it every once in a while?
Oh, Danny with the magic panty. All right, for Danny, I'm sorry to
That's
embarrass
okay.
you.
That's okay. No, you're not embarrassing me. I just don't know how to answer.
No, I know. All right. For Kevin, who just adds and encourages.
He does. Fuel to the fire.
That's right. I'm Bill Moran. I'll see you. You guys not tomorrow, but I'll see everybody else tomorrow with Laura. Jesus.
Ask her the question about the sex stuff.
Oh, I will. Actually, as a woman, we
I
know
guarantee
the answer.
she's going to say, hell yeah.
Okay, but that's different. She's a freak. We'll get to that. See you tomorrow.
She was shivering in the dark, offered her a ride. 3 bank jobs later, 4 cars hot and wide. Across the Mississippi like